Hi, welcome to Team Woolly Sheep Reviews. Right, it's had its maiden and few little modifications and upgrades. I had a lot of trouble with this nose wheel. I put this little, it's just a plastic flap that acts as a little bit of a fairing. Now, to give you a little bit of a tour, I wasn't happy with the single magnet, so what I've done, I've added two little magnets there and some metal pieces on there for it to clip onto, so stronger catch. Put a sellotape tab so to be able to pull it off. What I found, if I tried to give it full throttle and held it like that, it was buoyant but wouldn't accelerate out of my hand, so it hasn't got enough thrust to lift it vertically out of my hand. That being said, I took the lid off and it flew out of my hand. I've made some slots in there to get some extra air in, extra thrust. So centre of gravity, they were right to bring it forward. I brought it forward about 15 mil beyond the manufacturer's recommended thing. But if you look, there's the cables there. That's the servo cable, and it's on that servo cable just back a little behind it. There's a little natural square there, like a little pad. I don't know whether you can see it, but I've stuck the stickers on there. But it's just behind the servo cable, so if you use that as your centre of gravity, that'll be perfect. So that's with the slightly nose heavy. With the undercarriage up, always do CFG the undercarriage up. It's perfectly balanced now. What else have I done? Oh, I've bought the Hobby King aluminium clevises rather than the plastic things. Don't like the plastic, they're much more rubber. Plus you can adjust them, so all you need is your 1.5mm Allen key. You can slacken them off and adjust easily rather than unclip, twist it in, clip back on, messing around. No, not for me. 1.5mm Allen key, job done. So that's the only aileron travel I needed. I had it on there, and that was too much. You could dial it in with a lot of expo, but I found that was plenty enough. So if that gives you an idea, don't go too mad. That was more than enough. Elevator. A bit more to play with. Right, done a bit of research on my undercarriage problem for the plane. And what I found is the biggest letdown of this plane is this nose wheel here. After stripping it down, I noticed that this is a 3mm shaft actually going through into the undercarriage, into the retractable mechanism. So it's a 3mm shaft. Now most undercarriage come with like a little stub, and then you put whatever landing gear you want on it. So it's the little stub that goes up and down, and you just clamp whatever. So I started looking into what options are available to me, and I found these. And it came on from Hobby King. And after doing a little bit of research, there was people complaining and saying, oh, it's not fair that they're only 3mm shafts, and most undercarriage they come on a 4 and 5mm shafts. So I thought, well, 3mm is what I'm actually looking for. And this is the nose wheel, and it comes as a set of 3, and it was about £10, which is about $13–14. So it wasn't cheap. It's in aluminium, and they've actually got suspension in them. I don't know whether you can see that, but they actually have suspension. So I haven't had any problems with these as yet. It's just this front nose. So I'm going to trim that off, and I'm going to set that on that shaft, and that should be, I'm hoping that should fix the problem. And there it is. So I've now got suspension on that front nose wheel. And putting a cable tie actually where it meets the control horn and just pulling the slack in has solved my steering problem, because this was so loose that the plane would wander and veer. There was no way of controlling it. So that solves that problem, and the undercarriage goes in sweet. Bingo. Fabulous. Right, so modifications. What have I done? I've now done that nose wheel. I put a little fairing on the front, make it look a bit neater. I put some extra ventilation in there, some more air into the EDF. I put a separate beck in there, so the beck now controls the flight gear, the servos, and the ESC. I use the power 5-volt line from the ESC to run the landing gear. Why? Interesting. Why would I have done that? The reason I've done that is if my undercarriage goes up, jams, burns out, and I have a problem and it takes the 5-volt line down, I lose everything. I cannot fly it. Because the servos are controlled from a separate 5-volt line, I've still got flight control. If the ESC overheats, because it's a warm day like today, and it overheats and the ESC fails, motor stops, there's a good chance the 5-volt line may go off as well. So if it fries, then I lose my 5-volt channel and lose everything. As it is, if that ESC fries and I lose the 5-volt, then I can't put my undercarriage up and down. No big deal, belly land. So at least I have the ability to fly it after. Obviously, if I lose the 5-volt beck, then I lose my controls anyway. So, but I'd rather put my faith into an independent beck, give me 5 volts to my radio gear, than rely on the one that's part of the ESC that's managing a lot of power. So that's my tip. That's something I've done. Like I said, to do that I had to split out the positive and negative 5-volt feed from the ESC and feed that directly to the undercarriage, so my receiver only supplies the signal wire to the undercarriage. So I'm using channel 5, so it's only the orange wire from channel 5 going to the undercarriage, and the power then is diverted to the positive and negative from the ESC that used to go to my radio gear. So this is always a bit of fun. Like I said, these models are cheap and cheerful, but they're an immense amount of fun, and this thing sounds absolutely awesome. It screams through the sky. It sounds like a jet, looks like a jet, and put a smile on my face, and I need a smile. So thank you for watching Team Sheep Reviews. More coming soon. So buy one and build it. Thank you. See you soon.